The 40k Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, plots twist like smoldering fires, but with her blade of pure desire, she claims the stars entire. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Through warp storms and battle cries, her banners pierce the darkened skies. With bolter hymns the traitor dies, as loyal warriors arise. Saints and psychers bend the flame, every world speaks her name. The Empress rules without shame, as war she does reclaim. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. The imperium we prevail. The warriors march with sacred might, their purpose burning crystal bright, to lift the throne world from its plight and guard humanity's light.
The 40k Empress became a war.
The banners rise, the stars ignite, her crimson flame consumes the night. The faith of millions, the guns of might, all roar her name in holy light. Red as blood, her hair cascades, a crown of flame, the warp obeys, a beauty none can ever tame. The 40k Empress, eternal flame, bolt asunder, choirs cry. The 40k
the shadow of the throne, the 40k Empress became our war.
The banners rise, the stars ignite, her crimson flame consumes the night. The faith of millions, the guns of might, all roar her name in holy light. Oh, red as blood, her hair cascades, a crown of flame, the warp obeys. A beauty none can ever tame, the 40k Empress eternal.
Fortress thunder choirs cry, the 40k Empress leads the sky. Through fire and void, her voice commands the faithful rise, the galaxy stands. Steel and sight on her name we swear.
Blood and faith beyond despair.
Through holy flame our souls
The
pride.
40k Empress reigns, remember her name. Bow to the 40k Empress, crimson and pure. Her beauty bleeds eternal and sure.
Her hair like blood, her eyes like fire, all shall kneel to her desire.
Oh, crimson halo, divine command, the galaxy burns at her hands.
Stars shall tremble, world shall flame,
All shall bow before her name.
all shall bow before her name. Lead us through the burning rain.
Faith and fury shall remain.
High there, the 40k Empress
The skies are red, the voids are light. Her crimson hair a beacon bright. The saints all kneel, the foes all fall. The 40k Empress commands us all. Her beauty's flame, her war divine. No mortal soul may cross her line. In battles roar her hymn, we cry. The 40k Empress will never die. Bow to the 40k Empress, light and flame. Your beauty crowns the holy name.
red is blood, the heavens reign, all shall bow before her name.
Oh, crimson halo, war and grace, your light devours time and space.
Eternal queen of lore and pain,
All shall bow before your name. Through fire, through blood, through endless fame, I rise and all shall bow before my name.
I am the 40k Empress. Through a thousand wars, in the ash of stars
undying flame, a red-haired queen of fire came. With eyes of blue that pierced the skies, she cast down gods, she shattered lies. In golden plate and crimson veil, she walks the void where tyrants fail. A sword like comets in her hand, and none but truth shall ever stand. All hail the flame, the wrath, the light, the Empress born of endless fight. No seed, no breath, no traitor's creed shall make her children break or bleed. The warp shall scream, the shadow before the gaze of heaven and sun. She judged not with hate or pride, but sees all hearts, their truth inside. No whisper vile can twist the soul, while she still reigns and keeps us whole. She purges anathemas light with holy flame and burning might. No chaos spawn, no alien kin shall ever breach her light again. The throne of gold, once dim, now burns as justice speaks and fate returns. The traitors scream, the liars cry, are drowned beneath her war-born sky. All hail the flame, the wrath, the light, the Empress born of endless fight. No seed of breath, no traitor's creed shall make her children break or bleed. The warp shall scream, the shadows before the gaze of heaven and sun. So rise, O sons and daughters true. She watches all, she fights for you. Her light shall fall, her will remain, till none but honor shall remain.
Yoo-hoo! Hello guys, welcome, good morning, good evening to everybody watching this live with me, the 40k Empress, both on my G-Hammer Empress channel, the gaming channel, and on the 40k channel. And with me is my amazing Black Templar, Tsunami. Hello, Tsunami.
Hello, hello. Hail, chat.
Hail chat, hail chat. So guys, we have 3 topics to discuss. This should be a relatively short stream. But first, before we start with that, of course, let's say hi to everybody in both chats. So, Tsunami, let's see who's here.
Okay, over on the 40k channel, we've got Stu dropped in. Thanks, Stu. And Rev hanging out. And over here in the Gamer Empress channel, we've got myself. Thomas stopped in for a bit. Faye, thank you very much for coming over from Mike's channel and giving us a sub. Appreciate that.
Oh yes.
And Stu again.
Awesome, guys.
And
So
that's
this is our starter pack of the stream. Okay, guys, we gotta start this. So first of all, yesterday evening, we were playing the Punisher, and my amazing co-host here, Tsunami, let me know that they casted freaking Joan of Arc. And it's another black woman, another Helen of Troy situation, another Cleopatra situation. So this is absolutely horrifying. And I will not stand for it ever, ever, ever. And of course, we're going to discuss why this is so bad, if you don't know. First, because we haven't actually started yet, welcome to Barry. Barry Stroud 892 sent 1 Hammer Empress gifted membership as Skibidi got it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Barry. Thank you. Wonder Woman salute. Thank you so. Like support much needed. Thank you. Okay. Let us focus. So we have this article from Cosmic Book News, which is a site that I'm reading a lot of the times for many superhero news, but also for many others. And the guys that write there are usually based for the most part. So of course that they are going to be against this, and I have no patience to wait for Metatron to respond to this in a video format. He already had a tweet yesterday, because I know that he's gonna say like the best things possible. He's a history guy, but you don't actually need to be a history person to know who Joan of Arc is. She's a freaking saint. We know how she looked like. And this was not, that long ago. I mean, it was, but it wasn't like in ancient history or whatever. We know what happened. We know how she looked like. We know she's a white girl from France. And although France is very diverse today due to a lot of allowed immigration, it is not what it was before. And even, guys, even if France was diverse back then in 1440, whatever year was it, she was still white. So, it doesn't matter. I mean, I know that some people are gonna come out with these absurd arguments that, oh, but France has black people. Yes, now. And second, but no, she was white. That's it. The end of story. Also, Metatron on X presented some proof, like literally he put a video, how basically it is very deliberate to blackwash history. It is very deliberate to delete the white race altogether from history. They started doing that long ago. Last year we talked about Cleopatra's Casting, the Netflix documentary series, which was not only labeled as documentary, which is an atrocity, an absolute crime, but again they referenced a grandmother for a proof that Cleopatra was black. Are you kidding me? This is so disgusting. So just like for Cleopatra, which was, Cleopatra lived 2,000 years ago. That's ancient history, and we still have so much proof, like absolute certainty, that she was white, because her dynasty, the Ptolemies, were white Greek people, not Egyptian Greek people. And they even inbred, they even married each other to a point, just so they can stay pure as much as possible. Those were the views back then, no matter how unhealthy and horrible it is. But they used to do that, so they will never ever just have an offspring with somebody that is so far away from them in terms of anything, really. That's one point. Okay. And the other thing that I wanted to actually mention that, gosh, totally forgot. Oh, yes. We were talking actually yesterday with Logan. Remember Nefertiti's bust? Nefertiti's bust, that's one of the most amazing things discovered from ancient Egypt. So Nefertiti, and I used to study Egypt like a ton when I was little, and her husband Akhenaten were one of those those are the only pharaohs and his wife that worshipped one god. That is why they were hated so much, actually, by the rest of Egypt and whoever came after, because they decided, no, there's one god, is the god of the sun. And they were also the only ones that tried to depict themselves like how they really look like, because the other images of pharaohs were more or less idealistic. And Akhenaten was not a pretty guy at all. But that means, guys, that Nefertiti's bust is very accurate to how she looks like. And you can see a real human being when you look at her. And she is so beautiful. But not only that, she's Caucasian. So you can ask Metatron for that, and he made the videos about this. And we knew this. This is not something new. We knew that actually ancient Egyptians have nothing to do with today Egyptians, like nothing. And they were Caucasian. With a bit of an olive skin, maybe not completely white like Europeans, but Caucasian no less. And you can see that in her features. There's a wide variety of the white race. It's not only one kind. Like I've said before, even to Tsunami here, we are Bulgarians and we come from Asia, but we are not. We are not Asian, but we come from there. We settled here in these regions. And Greek people are white also, but they don't look like us white. They have other features. I mean, some do, some not. So there's so many nuances to any race, actually. That there's lighter black people and whiter black people. There's all kinds even of Asians. So there's just not just one, because when people say black or white or whatever, they do not take into consideration any knowledge actually of race, which is also a huge mistake. But anyway, let's start with the article. I just want to get all of that out there because people barely talk about those things. I just want to say, so yeah, I just want to talk about this. So please, Tsunami, I'm sorry for the rant. Take it away. Let's see what Matt, which is like the lead writer on this site, has to say.
So that we're clear about what we're talking about here, there is a planned Joan of Arc movie that's being shot this year, which has a white character as Joan of Arc. This is a Scottish play that is starring this, so everyone understands that there are two different things that are being talked about, not to get confused.
Okay, that's good.
Mandipa Kabanda plays Joan of Arc, reimagined for 2020s. Joan of Arc is getting a new take on stage, with Mandipa Kabanda set to play Joan in Saint Joan, reimagining of Saint George Bernard Shaw's classic play. Mandipa Kabanda cast as Joan of Arc. Via Citizens Theatre, Mandipa Kabanda headlines the production as Joan in Saint Joan, a raw material, Earth Theatre, and Aberdeen Performing Arts co-production in association with Citizens Theatre. The play puts Joan front and center as a young figure who shakes power structures and forces institutions to react. What this Saint Joan is about. Saint Joan is based on the true story of a 16-year-old girl who led France to victory in the 100 Years' War. This new version frames the story through modern lenses, focusing on power, gender, and youth-led change, and how someone from a marginalized background can impact international politics. The production positions Joan of Arc as the kind of unlikely revolutionary history keeps producing, which makes the story feel pointed in a time of political unrest and war. How the production is being updated for the 2020s. This Saint Joan is described as a stripped-back, close-up staging directed by Stuart Lang, formerly Untitled Projects. It also includes a film sequence written and directed by Adura Onashile, blending live performance with a screen component to push the story's impact in a modern format. Creative team and film sequence credits. This play is by George Bernard Shaw and reimagined by Stuart Lang. Creative team, sound designer Yaz Clark, lighting designer Michaela Thie, costume designer Jenny Louf, production designer Nick Millar, stage manager Anissa Praquin, technical stage manager Ian Pearson, sound engineer development Dexter Stokes Mellor.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Okay, how did you stop me?
Yes, nobody cares. Okay, so this is the play. Yesterday we thought it's a movie, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's horrible still. It's the same thing. It's breaking of a huge principle here. It's the deletion of history, and they will never do that the opposite way, because you know that this is an agenda. If this was not about race at all and about propaganda, they will just, keep switching black to white and white to black, but that's never gonna happen because, it's an agenda. So, okay. What do we know about the movie, actually? Do we know anything about the movie?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, so from Numero, I can give you the article if you want to share it with everyone. I could just read it.
Okay.
Which one?
The movie article?
No, do you want me to just read it or share the article so that you can put it on screen?
Okay, share the article. Put it on screen.
Okay, hang on. Sending it to you right now.
All right. Guys, we're gonna address the chat soon as we're done with this topic. This time we have a bit more time to talk to the chat. We're gonna try to do that in the future as well because, you know, the last 2 streams on the gaming Warhammer Empress channel we couldn't. But we're gonna fix
Sent.
that. Yes. Okay. Here it is. Oh my gosh. This is a beautiful Joan of Arc. Let me see if I put it on the screen. Yes, here it is. Okay, let's see it.
All right, this article comes from Numero. Isla Johnston, an actress revealed in The Queen's Gambit. Isla Johnston is one of the rising faces of cinema, one to watch closely. At just 19, the young British actress, who grew up on a farm in southeast England in a family of farmers, was not destined for a career in the film industry. It was after taking part in a school play that she's discovered her passion for acting. From the age of 8, she began auditioning, landing a few small roles. It was at 11 that she secured the part that would change everything. She went on to play the young Beth Harmon in the Netflix series The Queen's Gambit, portraying a chess prodigy orphan in the 1950s and 60s. She carries the entire first episode on her shoulders before handing over to the adult version of her character, brilliantly played by Anya Taylor-Joy. Following this breakthrough, Isla Johnston chose to prioritize her studies, blah, 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 some stuff that she's done. Baz Luhrmann's Joan of Arc. Yes, it is an entirely different project that has now put her in the spotlight. Her short red haircut in The Queen's Gambit almost foreshadowed her future role, that of Joan of Arc in Baz Luhrmann's upcoming feature, Jeanne d'Arc. The shooting is scheduled for 2026, and her role was highly coveted. Actress Jenna Ortega has expressed interest in portraying the young heroine. In the end, it was this nearly unknown young actress whom the cult director of Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, and The Great Gatsby chose to embody the historical figure. Besides, the resemblance with the 17-year-old girl from a small French village is uncanny. Joan of Arc was guided by voices and divine visions commanding her to liberate France, then under English occupation during the Hundred Years' War. Despite her feats, she was burned at the stake in 1431. Do you want me to read this fashion stuff?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so silver lining, at least we have that. I mean, this is great. She looks great. No, absolutely zero complaints. Of course, perfect casting. She looks like perfect casting. Jenna Ortega, please, she's not that type. And she has so many plastic stuff done on her face already, looking like Maleficent Angelina Jolie with the pointy cheekbones and whatever, almost close to that. That's a beautiful, natural young girl, just perfection, absolute perfect. So that's how it should be done. So yeah, silver lining, guys, but really, this has to stop. It's just so disgusting that I just can't even. Cleopatra was black, then, Helen of Troy. Oh, no, but this is all part, of course, of the Hollywood code that we now know that it does exist, like for real. So, brainwashing can be done on many levels, and people are stupid enough to buy into it sometimes, unfortunately, especially when you don't learn your history. If history is, if they're trying to somehow change history as well. This almost happened here at one point, where some people tried to push that we were never under the Ottoman Empire slavery, but no, we were coexisting. Yes, sure, we were coexisting while being a lot of words that I can't say on the stream. So yeah, sure. And forgetting that can get you into not existing anymore, because this whole thing can repeat. Like, you see, it's happening to Britain right now. It's just that they never had it before, but now they do. They can, just learn from the other countries. Okay, guys, so let me know what you think in the comments. And hopefully this is hope, what we have here with this Joan of Arc movie, actually. Hopefully this is hope. So, Tsunami, let's see what's happening in both chats right now. I'm gonna put chat talk on the screen.
Okay.
Here it is.
Sure thing. Of course, we've got Barry Stroud gifted 1 membership. Thank you, Barry Stroud.
Thank you once again.
over on the Gamer Empress channel. Kano says, "Don't worry, guys. I'll be recast of the Usain Bolt movie coming 2028. Awesome. Bulgarians as Usain Bolt.
Yes.
Disgusting's just exiting a meeting and landing here. Hail, all hail, Disgusting."
Hail.
Kano says, "I got day off. The roads are closed near my city because of snow. Gaming day." St. Hugo in the house. Lovely. More vile acts of treason. Good morning, all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Kano says she was hot before the face change in terms of Jenna Ortega, and that's that. Over here in the 40k Empress chat, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
We got Rev in the house, of course, like I said. Vic Martino in the house.
Hey, hey.
Yep. Yeah, Man of Gooning just figured out it's just a theater, not a movie or a TV show. It doesn't change the relevance of it. Obviously, this thing caught fire yesterday. But yes, it has slightly less prominence, which is why I brought up the whole movie angle of that Man of Gooning.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Vic Martino says, plays, movies, TV shows, all being blackwash. True. They're all rooted in the flesh, okay? Pahada in the house, what's up? Hey, haven't seen you guys live for a while.
Yeah.
Yep, we're here, bro.
I'm gonna try to change that. I'm just working on, 3 channels at the same time, and it's hard for me, but when it's like more Warhammer heavy news, like we're gonna discuss only Warhammer after this now, that is when I'm gonna stream also on the 40k channel at the same time. Hey, hi to Joan. What's up? Hello.
Juanello, what's up, Juanello?
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, no
Okay.
such thing as white peoples anymore. We alls be's black. True. Valkyria winner in the house. Hail the 199, by the way.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Vic's getting a little spicy. I's bees, you bees, Sue's bees, Empress bees, we all bees. Because Bahada said, "I'm a black man who is white. I'm a white man who is black." Word?
Yeah.
Everyone's everything now. Truth
Word.
says, heck, I'm also against this history erasure shit. Clinton in the house. What's up, Clinton?
Oh. You
That's how you say it. I'm impressed they got it right. Juanello, I got it. Thanks, bro. Yep, Sayu says, discuss what's going on here.
Yes,
How
you're...
acceptable would be for me to audition for MLK? Who knows nowadays? Disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's up for grabs now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's even and fair. Oh no, they don't like it when we start doing that. Sayu says, "First get Blade done, then we shall see." Oh, nice. And Juanella says, "Well, you are black, a Black Templar." But true.
Yeah.
And we're all caught up.
Okay, awesome, guys. We gotta move on to the next news, which is the Warhammer news. Okay, I'm just gonna close that. So, first of all, Dawn of War 4 team isn't worried about Total War Warhammer 40k. This is definitely a case of holy shit. It's 2 cakes. Okay, so basically, I suppose this comes from fans' concern. Let me remove the chat talk though. So I suppose that this comes from the fans' concern that both games are strategy games, or they're gonna be the same. Some people try to actually push that as a narrative. So I'm guessing that this article stems from that discussion. So okay, give it a go to Neme.
It's rare for us Warhammer fans to have a really big 40k game on the horizon. So having 2 inbound at the same time, and both strategy games at that, is a pretty notable occurrence. Both Dawn of War 4 and Total War Warhammer 40k are set to drop in the not too distant future. But is King Art Games worried about sharing the 40k strategy spotlight with Creative Assembly? Late last month, I sat down with 2 of Dawn of War 4's developers, senior game designer Elliot Veerburst and game director Jan Thayson, and as a curious fan of both series, I brought up the topic of Total War Warhammer 40k. Quote, "I have a couple of friends who worked on that project at Creative Assembly, so it was super great to get in touch and congratulate them for the announcement," says Elliot Verbeest. "I've seen a couple of comments online being like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't they eat into each other's markets? But I think it's comparing apples and oranges. They're both real-time strategy games, but they're very different types of RTS. As a longtime Total War fan, I'm inclined to agree. Even when Dawn of War was at its most similar in Dark Crusade, which featured a turn-based overworld campaign map, Total War has always been a bit of an outlier. While you could describe it as an RTS based on its battles, it doesn't really account for a lot of the game or most of its campaign play. It's the same as how Dawn of War isn't StarCraft, and StarCraft isn't Total War, and so on and so forth, explains Verbeast. So yeah, this is definitely a case of, holy shit, it's two cakes. I'm super thrilled for Creative Assembly that they've got this going on right now. It's a good time to be a Warhammer fan. While Dawn of War 4 is set to launch in 2026, it will likely be a couple of years at least before Total War Warhammer 40k releases. As mentioned in their developer roundtable, we'll be getting a bigger info dump in late 2026, meaning 2027 onwards is the very earliest we might see it. That said, Mechanicus 2 is also launching this year, making it an extremely auspicious time to be a 40k fan, especially if you love Cogboys and their binaric banter like I do. End article.
Yes. I mean, that is also what I thought actually. And I'm not even like a strategy gamer aficionado like I am with many other genres of gaming, like third person, first person, action RPGs and whatever. So yeah, I'll play it. I mean, I play both games. I'm not sure how good I'll be in them, but at least I'm getting a bit better in Total War Warhammer 3. But in any case, yeah, I think that this came out of somebody's ass at the beginning, where the comparisons started, because it is a extremely good point that there are two different types of strategy games. They're not the same. We can even see that in their freaking trailers. In Total War Warhammer 40k, that never happened before. A Total War style of a strategy game was never made in the 40k universe. That's kind of like the whole point, that they want to do that. They wanted the uniqueness of the Total War franchise to be intertwined with the 40k setting, which is pretty cool. And also it just amazing point that the games are not going to come out at the same time. We will have a pretty huge gap between these two games, so there is absolutely no reason for both games to I cannot say that word, to eat into each other. Okay. And Total War games, Total War players, I mean, like the style a lot, and Dawn of War players, they like that style a lot. I know maybe there's one type of a gamer for both as well, but in any case, again, the only point that we need is that yes, they do look very different. They will have different actually everything pretty much, actually gameplay, and they're not coming out at the same time, so this is a no-brainer to have both. And of course, whoever waited for freaking Dawn of War, fans waited for years and years for any new Dawn of War, and they just replayed the old ones to oblivion. For them, that is amazing news, and you cannot tell them that Total War Warhammer 40k is just there and it can replace Dawn of War 4. You cannot tell them that. They're still gonna be like, no, I want Dawn of War and what Dawn of War is. And, I may enjoy Total War Warhammer 40k, but I want Dawn of War 4. So in any case, we have audience for both and the two separately games, and it should be good, hopefully. I mean, then we have to talk about optimization and game stuff. That it's not a different topic, but both games are tracking to be quality. But Tsunami, what do you think, actually?
I think that this is really great news. Honestly, they don't seem terribly concerned. Number one. Number two, it's exactly what you said. This provides the steady drip of continuous Warhammer content. You've got the Dawn of War coming out, Mechanicus 2 coming out, and then Total War. Take optimization and everything else off to the side. Regardless of, Warhammer fans get a chance to continuously engage in Warhammer if they want to, in under different titles at the very least, and some slightly different gameplay, and kind of like very different gameplay if we're talking about Mechanicus. But either way, it provides everyone a chance to go ahead and dive back into the grim dark future. I mean, it's cool. It's a great thing. If you don't like RTS games, I mean, they at least have something that's a little bit different in Mechanicus 2. A little bit different, but like overall, either you like the aesthetic, if you don't, it's whatever. I think it's really cool that they're dropping so much right now and providing fans stuff for at least the next 2 years.
Yeah, it's all good. And from that point of view, it's really great to be a Warhammer fan right now. It's not really great for, the politics of it, but I don't think that's gonna enter the games well, hopefully. Unless they're showing a female custodian or something. But hopefully not. Okay, so let's see what chat thinks about it. Let's go.
All right, over here on the Gamer Empress channel, we got Kano says Total War 40k will be a mess at release. Dawn of War 4 will be polished, mark my words. I agree with that too. I was looking at gameplay earlier on, comparing the two, and that's kind of what it looks like at this point, at least. San Diego says, when you annoyed Artemis in the original StarCraft, the line, "This is not Warcraft in space," was spoken at some point. Yes, I'm that old. Awesome. Or Dragneel in the house. What's up? Kano says, totally me not selling my kidney for new PC and getting both games. Right on. And then over here on the 40k channel, let's see, what do we got? Juanello, I managed to get it right. And by the way, I am black, a black temp. And Vic says, I'm now Vic Magumbo. Jumbo, man. Truth says, MLK performed by Tom Holland. Indeed. Vic Martinez says, Andrew Garfield as Malcolm X.
Yes.
Henry Cavill as Muhammad Ali. I love it. Amazing. Antonio X Scott in the house. What's up? And I am now Suwanabe. Says Vic Martin. I'm no longer Tsunami. I'm Suwanabe. Jumbo. And he is Vic Magumbo. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
We're all caught up.
Awesome. Okay, guys, is there any issue on the 40k channel? I saw that my my visuals disappeared on the 40k channel. I see that everything is streaming and it's green and all, but just disappeared. So hopefully that was something of the page and not actual issue. So just let me know if you can see the stream on the 40k channel. Now I see it, but it got black in a few seconds.
Everything's getting blackwashed.
Yeah, even the screen, right?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's move on to last news, and this is probably gonna be the biggest rant. Okay.
How do you want to start this? Because I started it in different ways.
How did you start it?
So I started with, let's see. Her comment is what actually sparked this whole thing starting.
Yes.
And it has to do with Donald Trump.
Yes, but I do want to explain some things again, like a bit of a history.
Sure.
Okay, guys. So last year in 2024, I think. Gosh. Okay. So not before. Technically, guys, after me, I became the 40k Empress like 6 and something years ago, and this is a title that the audience you guys gave me. But after that, there were 2 other girls that wanted to call themselves the Empress. One was Queen Kaya on Twitter, and one was, I don't even remember her name, but I did cover her actually on Monday. She had another thing that she said. So both of them are kind of on the, not kind of, but very much either on the woke side, where Queen Kaya is very much there. The other one I'm not that familiar with, but she's a chaos and evil apologist, basically. So this is right, and directly falls into the woke mindset in any case, when you try to say that there's no evil at all and like everything is just gray and depends on the perspective, and you totally lose you totally lose actually all credibility, because you're missing everything that has to be that is true and real. And she got even destroyed in the comments. This was pretty epic. That's gonna be a video that I'm going to be releasing hopefully this week on the 40k channel. Anyway, so I usually try not to cover Kaya in particular, that we're gonna cover now, because actually we're not covering her. She just said something about Donald Trump, you're gonna see, and after that somebody said something horrible and stupid, and then Chainsword 40k came in and actually said the things how they truly are. And it's an issue, because always when we have 2 prevalent ideologies running around, there's gonna be a part of the audience that's gonna be lost in that, and they're not actually going to understand what's really happening, and they're going to be brainwashed by both sides at the same time. So basically this person is like, oh well, now women are the problem, but they're not actually the problem. So you're gonna get all the context and everything. I'm just saying that usually I don't wanna cover anything that Kaya says because she always. I mean, I did like the first time that she said something outrageous, but because it's not directly towards her right now, we are covering it. So even John De La Rose a couple of months ago, if you know who that is, he covered what she said because she usually has horrible takes like on purpose and she's trolling everybody, and even her audience is telling everybody that. So I don't want to, talk about what she does because it's like on purpose and it's stupid. The same with the other girl that I forgot her name, but it's still a great
Nure.
topic of discussion. So yeah, what Tsunami?
I said Nure. That's what her name is. The
Yeah.
other girl.
Thanks.
And this is yeah, like rage baiters. They're rage baiters.
Yes.
They just go ahead and do things purposely because it drives engagement, so on and so forth. It's a strategy. I think that they're based on the little bit that I've started to look at this research wise. I mean, they mean it, but they're like, ha ha ha! I know this will get views, and this is going to start all kinds of crazy discourse. And oh my, I started going through their comments, and it's a lot of mentally ill people coming out.
Yeah.
But amazingly, I think what started this is a kind of like it's a very like specific to the United States, and a lot of people didn't understand what was being said, and they turned it into something else completely, and then all the freaks came out of the woodwork.
Yeah. I guess so. But it's kind of sad because anybody that has any audience at all has a responsibility of what they're talking about. And some people are not as, they cannot perceive things like other people do. They're not as smart. So they're trying to brainwash a bunch of people, whether they care or not. They're just doing it because of their behavior anyway. So, from one hand, it's good to call these things out. It depends on the topic, like I've said, because Chainsaw just made a great point. That's actually why we're covering this, because I'm sure that a lot of other people are going to think the same. So when there's a good counterpoint to be made, I'm covering it. When there's not, I don't want to give these people any attention at all. Oh, member for 4 months. Jeremiah, good morning. Yes, he's angry about the casting stuff and whatever. As we all are, Jeremiah, as we all are. Okay, so now that we have this context, you can read it.
All right, so I guess you need a little more context in this because once I read this, you're going to be kind of confused, especially if you're not from the United States. So, from the Norn Queen Kaya, which you're looking at the screen right now, that's the response to it. Apparently, Donald Trump, is coming to my town again to decide who's replacing MTG. This MTG is very important. It'll come up. I'll explain it immediately as soon as I'm done with the tweet. Should I run on the campaign of a Warhammer kit for every home, or maybe yell about the star gods the entire time? Okay, right off the bat, that's all this girl put out, which is fine. She's got her political beliefs, etc., so on and so forth. MTG is what threw everyone off. If you're not familiar with United States politics, you would think that she's talking about Magic the Gathering. She is not. She's talking about a politician from the state of Georgia by the name of Marjorie Taylor Greene. And then she made some kind of quirky jokes here where she said, should I run on a campaign of Warhammer kit for every home? Which is basically like an allegory for like, ha ha ha, I'm going to run for politics. I'll just say I'm going to give everyone a gun for their house. So she's making a funny, at least to her. Or maybe yell about the star gods the entire time. Clearly, this person's some kind of like atheist or against religion overall in general. And she's making another joke like, hey, I'll just talk about religion and whatnot, and that'll get me elected if she was to run. So she was making a funny, which then got followed up in the comments by all kinds of crazies who were talking about, obviously, they don't like Donald Trump. This leads us to the whole no, women have done enough damage to the hobby already from this person most foul. You speak heresy. Clearly, he did not understand what was going on, and then he decided to jump in with his, like, women bad, so on and so forth. I think we're having a commentary on 40k, which it wasn't really. She was just using 40k language to make a joke.
Yeah.
This leads us to Chainsword, who then says, women themselves did nothing. Delusional men who think they are women, or liberal soy boys, a lot. They kept bringing politics and their ideology into the hobby, making it another part of the culture war.
Yes. That's the whole point.
So I'm not sure where you want me to go with this from here, because if you jump into the comments, it starts getting super weird. Chainsword, who I think is being really objective here. So again, I'll to the best of my understanding, mind you, this Kaya person was just literally making a funny using Warhammer language. She thought she was making a goof, and then the comments started piling in, and it started with "Show me your minis collection," and then it turned quickly into talk of violence, um, deleting yourself, and everything else. It got really weird over on her end, and then here comes Chainsword, who's just making a simple comment like, "Hey, this is what I think." It's a bunch of soy ass men and like mentally ill like men that think they're women who are causing problems. This enters in the next character to this drama here. This Marcus Vance character, he him pronouns in his profile. What damage exactly have women done to the Warhammer 40k hobby? So Chainsword engages with this person for a little bit. And this guy goes ahead and brings up every fucking meme possible. So right off the bat, Marcus Vance says, "Can you provide an example where that has happened? Please note that I am familiar with basic media literacy." Oh my God. "And will assess whatever evidence you provide through a logical lens."
Okay.
Chainsword continues. He's like, "Why? I assume you aren't living under a rock. You can see what's happening on social media, for example. And if you're just going to pretend not to see the issue, that's worse than arguing about it. Disagreeing is one thing, gaslighting is another.
Uh-huh.
If you continue down this thread, here comes the weirdos, so you don't have any examples. Some new person comes in. Chainsword. Bro, I'm not new to this. I know this is how this is going to go. I will present logical arguments with examples, and you're either going to pretend it's not an issue, say it's not happening, or ask why I care. I'll present even more arguments, and you'll appeal the fallacies, or double down telling me I'm some kind of phobeist or bigot. I'll waste my time, and you won't reflect on any of it."
Yes.
Same interloper. It sounds very much like you don't have examples.
Of course.
Chainsword. You could find it on my profile. Weirdo. So share one. Fine. Here you could see normal conversation on Wokehammer Discord. And he provides this obviously detailed thing.
Oh boy, this goes deep.
Yeah. So you could go ahead and look at that. And then it's obviously, like I said, all the mentally ill came out and started jumping in.
Can we read this?
You can read whatever you want. What do you want? You want to start with the first thing?
Yeah, that.
Okay, cool.
The thing that's on the screen. Yeah.
So from Bitter Ironheart. Like, when I was younger, I thought it was weird to get a boner when I had to pee, so I would like to try and jam it with my hand to make it go away. Call me the Emperor and my dong angron because I abuse it. Like, dude, I was a stupid kid. Like, really stupid. I generally think my dad not being in my life did a lot of damage. Dude, my hand got stuck in the grip position once. Genuinely, I looked back on how much I abused my beep, and I'm surprised it still works.
What the hell, man?
That's what I was saying. Like, I went down this rabbit hole. I'm like, what are we doing here? Here we go. Master of the Fleet, Elibun. Praying we get an official Femstodes model so I can post this again. With some knowledge of whatever. Flag of Guinness. Raymond, it's simple. I see big strong woman, I fall to my knees.
Oh my God. That's not a
Magos
woman, though.
Domina Roxy. What?
He's confused. He thinks that that's a woman. You know, the Custodes. That qualifies as a woman. He's confused.
Yeah, this is them making the argument for why Custodes are cool, because they're all in Adami mommies. This is the like male feminist, the absolute bane on society, besides Karens,
Yes.
who go ahead and like open these spaces up for like ludicrous arguments because they're mentally ill.
A male Karen, basically, and a simp for men that pretend to be women, basically. Anti-feminine. Okay.
Nagos Domino Roxy. I see big strong Cathodi butches and I'm on my knees. I've never needed anything more. Holy shit. Okay, too much, but yeah.
Okay,
Need to
this
be
is
forcibly eradicated at this point. Here it comes with the violence talk. Everything that isn't me but is trying to hurt me and my family specifically. Re-education camps are just a step below on the ghoulishness ladder, to be honest. What you think they'll just grow out of it? Really fucked up country. Exactly. I think the Soviet Union did more good things than most people, but I don't advocate for any state. I advocate for what I believe in. Wow. The best cure for fascism is a gun.
oh
Lovely.
well. They're not
There you go.
psychotic at all, those people. They
Yep.
don't
That's
know
what I was saying. I don't know how
anything.
far you want to go with this because they start getting pretty weird.
Okay, okay, let's stop. This is disgusting. Yeah, he provided a lot of proof, that's for sure. So yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, 40k is known for being anything but political. Yeah, of course. In universe, politics are not a real life politics. It's not my fault that folks can't separate politics from every part of life. Yes, that's one thing that everybody forgets, that it's a fictional universe. Whatever politics it has are only rooted in the universe itself, and that is how it should be. They're only relevant there, and again, that's how it should be. Culture one that they brought to change 40k. So what? This guy is also what, oblivious? Well, just look past 2016, I guess. Yeah, whoever wants to talk about 40k without whining about women or black people. Wow. These are, oh, well, these are retards. I mean, literally retards. They have no
Uh,
idea.
Note the talking point. It's KKK chainsword, meaning that you're more racism. So literally everything chainsword said was going to happen if you engage with this happened, and
Yeah.
all the fucking freaks came out of the woodwork. And he's like, "This is exactly my fucking point." He was trying to have a logical argument, and they're like, "All you talk about is you're anti like any color and anti woman." And this is the same argument we've been having also on this channel where we're like, what are you talking about? We've advocated for women in specific spaces in the Warhammer 40k universe, men in specific spaces in the 40k universe, and all these freaks start coming out and they start doing all this weird stuff, and it very quickly devolves into either A, where are my minis? Because that's how they want to make their argument,
Yes.
or B, you should go ahead and hurt yourself, or you should die, or blah blah blah. And it very quickly turns into violence. And considering the amount of these certain individuals that are causing all kinds of shootings and violence everywhere, this isn't a good look for them. But it's whatever.
Yeah. They don't realize what they're doing. And even this guy Marcus haven't been back to engage with this at all. I mean, I only see this AI thing on the bottom. This is a, this is just, you know, an ad. But yeah, so we do have those people that actually pretend that nothing is happening, like this guy Marcus, and like this guy that I previously read here. Tell me who started. Yeah, what do you mean? There is no culture war, right? Well, who started it? Well, leftists, and then that went into, I mean, they said to the Warhammer 40k authors, write this shit, and they agreed because they're also, you know, like to kiss asses and fall into this ideology, and they just pretend, I don't know. I mean, we don't know their mindset to actually agree to all of that. But as I said before, what we have as a proof in terms of who is falling to the woke mindset, to the woke virus, as Elon calls it, is usually people that were already weak in their mindset somewhere, somehow. They were weak. They were feeling like a victim already, even without realizing it. And maybe they did, maybe they didn't. There was something subconscious that was just waiting for somebody to take them in and acknowledge their victimhood and be like, yes, yes, you're totally a victim. We're going to now, you know, use a feather to just touch you with a feather like this. We're going to totally crap on everybody else and we are going to punish them for how you feel. And that's it, really. I mean, I think that pretty much sums it up. But for sure, this guy's also confused. That's what I actually wanted to say. this guy most foul because he doesn't get it. He doesn't get her rhetoric. Norm Queen Kaya. By the way, she changed her name many times. She was something like the 40k Empress or the Empress of the 40k. Like the I don't know, the same thing like with the other girl, basically. So at the end, when she saw me, because she knows me, she follows me as well. She's like, "Oh no, okay, I'm just Queen Kaya." So she's doing her trolling. This guy doesn't get it. And it's unfortunate because now he really thinks that women did damage on the hobby. But real women that just play the game, they actually don't. I recently talked to a guy from Bulgaria who actually said that there are like one or two women that engage in the hobby, that he knows like one, two, three, that actually play the tabletop in specific places that I'm not even aware of, because I have no time at all, physical or whatever, or money to buy everything. But yeah, the point is that those women are just playing, chaos factions mostly, which is weird, by the way. But they're just playing. They're not doing anything else. They're just normal, and that's how it is. That's how it is usually. And I'm here trying to fight for the 40k. I'm not leaving it. I'm not leaving ship. Because the other parts of the fandom is like, well, 40k is now woke. Actually, it's not completely woke. There's some woke elements to it, but it's not completely woke still. So it's worth to fight for it. So they're totally missing the point. They think that when something woke sips in, then we should just give up and leave it to the woke to ravage. But that is exactly what's going to happen. You know that there are very few of them. They're just very vocal, and they changed so much in the world to the point where we have huge problems in all aspects of life now, in entertainment and politics. This is a reflection. This is like affecting the whole world. And if normies would to wake up, and I actually discuss this with Chainsword, we had this conversation many times between ourselves. That's why I actually want him to come here to talk. He's just very busy. He only did once, like I think 2025 was it, when we actually had this interview. But he can say so much, but he's so tired of doing all of that. But as we talked about, the way to do this, I mean, is to fight, is to talk about those things, like I said, to put some clarity about what is what, because as you can see, there are many people that are not smart enough, I'm sorry to say, and they cannot figure these things out. They don't understand what's trolling, they don't understand what's actually happening. Like this, there's far right people that are far right because they don't understand, again, nuances, like this guy here, most foul, who now thinks that women ruined 40k when they actually did not. Literally men in skirts ruined 40k. That's what actually is happening here. But he believes that, so it's super important for someone like myself to keep trying to say what's actually true, to keep track of reality, and fight for 40k, be vocal as those people are, because it makes a difference. At the end of the day, we've seen also many times how things are turning around in certain areas. Now we will have this Joan of Arc movie with a white girl that actually looks like Joan of Arc. We have the context of a freaking play next to it, but it is a play. Thank God it's nothing major. It's still horrible. It still stands. It is a horrible thing, but they got a smaller win here. The woke people, they got a smaller win. We will have a movie and they will just have this play. And in time, things can so drastically change that they will have nothing. But we have to never give up. We have to still fight. You can still, go to the other universe and enjoy other universes. Like some people went to Trench Crusade. Obviously, the irony is that with Trench Crusade, a lot of, the developers are crazy woke people that hate chuds again. Now, the game itself, how that is, I'm waiting for Coran Games to tell me, because he bought it. He's enjoying painting the minis there and the world and all of that, which is cool. Let him explore, let him see how things are. It's great to have first-hand experience. There were some physical problems with the miniatures, which that's totally different topic. But yeah, guys, Tsunami, what do you think?
I think Chainsword really brought up a very prescient point here. and it's super important. He says, in universe politics are not real life politics. It's not my fault that wokes can't separate politics from every part of life. It's 100% true. No matter what ends up happening, it's predominantly on the left right now. Sure, there's some people on the right. We were talking about the Kenma video game the other day, where it's like, dude, not every girl has to be in like a bikini or whatever. But the
Yeah.
point is that people are going into hobby spaces and they bring their real life problems with them. They invade these spaces. It's been a lot of women right now, and I think a lot of um, grifter type women are just kind of coming into the space and being like, "Hey guys," and all the whatever you call these people are like, "Hey, what's up?" And then she's like, "Well, why can't there be this and why can't there be that?" And again, my favorite word, insidious, in a very insidious manner, Marxism starts to seep in. No matter what you have, whether it's Warhammer, you leave Warhammer, you go to Trench Crusade, they want to find every space that you have, especially male dominated spaces, and they want to take it. Then they'll claim it and they'll warp it until it becomes the thing that makes them feel comfortable. Instead of them just being like, this is whatever universe that I'm moving into, I need to accept the rules the way that they are, and that's that. Instead, they want to constantly change everything to fucking fit their worldviews and make them feel comfortable. It's fucking disgusting. And the most disgusting part about it all is how quickly people go to, hey, you painted that guy wrong. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Now I want to, shoot you or whatever. Like they would go from 0 to 1,000 so fast. It's not even possible to just go ahead and like disagree on something. It's like, I, either you're going to do it my way or I'm going to fucking like do violence against you. And that's the real danger of what's going on here. It's super crazy.
Yeah, because the only way that you are thinking in that zone is if you're mentally ill. There's no way a normal person can think this way.
Except these mentally ill keep going into like kindergarten classes and having armed like mass shootings. These people are fucking weird. Seriously.
Yeah, unfortunately, but again, that's why it's even more important that we gotta continue speaking the truth. It's very important. Like Metatron says, hold the wall, protect the truth. Exactly what we're going to do. And I know it's tiring. I know it's tiring sometimes, but this is the only fight that matters. So tiring or not, when something is true and right, and you know it in your heart, you just gotta keep going. Doesn't matter how tiring it is. It's the only thing that matters. You gotta do it. Um, yeah, I mean, he said that thing about the politics. I comment on it. Yeah, I will talk to him. Hopefully, he can come sometimes here, and we can have like an amazing conversation. Now, guys, let me know please what you think in the chat about this, and let's see the chat actually.
All right, we got Jeremiah, member for 4 months. Good morning, Empress. Peeps, what's up? He continues with first Cleopatra, now Joan of Arc. And he used to like Marjorie Taylor Greene, but not anymore. She's changed. She has indeed. Kano says people need to stop wasting time arguing with retards. Agreed. I mean, it's normal for them to be confused, Empress. All the quote unquote women they are around are dudes in a dress. Mike says, don't forget Cinderella. Huh? Kano says, oh, yes, the commies are well known for treating people good, especially Christians in the Bolshevik Revolution. Yup. Jeremiah says, mic drop, I just did because I didn't want to watch it and it's been a while. Jeremiah says, I don't watch the news on MSM channels. I can't afford it. So I watch the conservative reactors who watch and react to it, and that's why I say that leftists are funny like Homer Simpson or similar versus John Candy or Charlie Chaplin for the funny by Trump and the right. Jeremiah says, AOC word salad was funny to me because who believes this nonsense? That Venezuela is below the equator. Yeah, she fucked up real bad on the world stage. If you're confused, do you know who this AOC person is, Empress?
No.
It probably wouldn't mean anything except that she's up for the presidential bid in the United States for 2028, possibly. So knowing a little bit about this person is actually worthwhile worldwide. But anyways, that's the only context I'll give there.
Okay.
Kano says Trench Crusade is currently burning
I
The
have to
only
check.
tabletop game that is stable is BattleTech. I could spin you up on her pretty quickly. She's a relatively attractive younger person who is appealing to younger people who have just turned recently 18 and can vote. And so she gained steam by being somewhat attractive from these male feminists, the gays, the freak, all the weirdos are like, oh my god, she's the best. And they try and equate her to being what's her name? The Don't Cry for Me Argentina lady. Whatever.
Madonna?
They're treating her like she's some kind of well, no, the actual Evita Peron, the
Uh-huh.
actual person that Madonna was playing in that.
Uh-huh.
So they're trying to make these like correlations, and they use the media to gas her up. And basically, they're thinking that she might have been until 2 days ago might have been a strong frontrunner for president or vice president of the United States. However, she just went to Munich and made a complete ass of herself on the world stage, and she got shown for looking real dumb. So they might be changing their mind on that, but still a name to know.
Oh my god, I gotta look her up.
Yeah, she's an idiot.
Great.
Jeremiah says, as far as games, do they really not understand what a role-playing game means? You're playing a role in a game. True, Jeremiah.
True.
Okay, over here on the 40k channel, let's see. Okay, we did all that. Joey says, what are those comments? Report to the insane asylum right now.
Thanks, Joey.
True. Joey says they probably ran off to the Blue Cry echo chamber. Of course they did. That's where they feel comfortable. They can go and plan their violence. Vic Martinez says the leftist extremists are insane. They're empty inside. They have nothing that they live for. They're consumed by their leftist politics at war with the world because they're at war with themselves.
Yes.
I agree 100%.
Yes.
They've replaced religion with politics.
Yes.
Politics is their religion.
Absolutely 100%.
Well said, Empress. Well said, says Vic. Truth
Thank you.
says if I want to play a character wearing only a bikini, then I will play a character wearing a bikini. True.
True.
And Joey says, or to mod it just a bikini. Odd how they think they should be controlled too. How the F does it affect them if someone mods? And then finally, Joey says, you can't argue with shit unless you get in the toilet. Ew. Gross, but true. And that's it. We're all caught up.
Yes, and Vic says, oh, that AOC is an ass. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we need like true, intelligent people with emotional maturity that actually understand reality in this world and choose to fight for what's real and not just understand it, but they pretend or whatever. And we do not need more asses like this person. But I'm super happy what happened in Britain. What happens in Britain, by the way. Hopefully this is going to also affect Europe in a positive way because we need that. Alexandria Octavio Cortez. Oh my gosh, that's a mouthful.
Ocasio.
Ah.
Sandy Cortez. Yes, she's a bit of an ass. Yeah, she's popular though. So it's something like they just hired that Muslim mayor in New York City. She's also in New York City, and the way that she works, like I said, she's reasonably attractive, but she appeals to emotional arguments, and a lot of people on the left are looking for that. That's how Marxists work.
They don't have anything else but emotional arguments. It's always like that. That's the whole
True.
problem, because there's no reason to back the emotion. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna talk to Chainsword, see how he is. Still hoping for, hoping for a stream with him. But in any case, guys, I gotta go. I really gotta go. Now tonight, if we can, me and Logan gonna still try to finish the Punisher on the gaming channel. This have been like a super hard mission. Well, look forward to the new videos that I'm gonna be posting on the 40k channel, of course, and on the gaming channel and the superhero channel, working towards that. So yeah, guys, just thanks so much, Tsunami. Thank you for being here. And if you like to help, you can support, share the stream, all those good things. Everything matters. So, chat and Tsunami. Till next time. With me, the 40k Empress.
Bye.
What?
I said bye.
Ah, okay. I heard. Okay, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.
The 40k Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, plots twist like smoldering fires, but with her blade of pure desire, she claims the stars entire. Through stars and storms we rise,